Namaste guys, how you doing? For a while now, I wanted to discuss the topic that we're going to talk about today. For this topic, we don't need weights, all we need is a space and a mat. If you have not figured it out by now, then I'll give you one last clue, okay? It hails from North India. Yes, that's right, it is yoga. By the way, just saying, Team Batman out here, let's go. Practicing yoga requires the use of weight in a different way. By using your own body weight, you can build muscle and increase strength overall. Yoga is one of the best ways to condition your body. Since this increases flexibility, it means that you're less prone to injuries. It is vital that you get some calming sounds or some music while you do yoga. So, music. Here are 6 poses that I feel will help you in gaining strength. The first one is the downward dog. Right guys, with the downward dog, we're going to start in a tabletop position, okay? Then we're going to lift our bum up in the air, we're going to straighten our knees, and we're going to straighten our elbows, okay? This benefits ankle mobility as well as the entire back. Once you've done this for 5 breaths, you're going to go back down to tabletop position, and we're going to go on to the next one. Then you've got yourself the warrior. As for our next pose, we're going to do the warrior. So what we're going to do is, with our tabletop position, we're going to place our right foot in between our hands. Then we're going to raise ourselves up. We're going to make sure the back foot is facing in a 45-degree angle. Our knee is over our ankle. Then we're going to reach upwards and hold that position for 5 deep breaths. This pose, it targets your quads and your hamstrings, as well as your shoulder and hip flexion. Okay. Then once you've done this for 5 breaths, you're going to go back into the tabletop position. Then it's the tree. The next position is called the tree pose. For this position, we're going to be standing on both our feet, making sure our feet are shoulder width apart. You're going to pick up your left foot and place it on your right thigh. Then you're going to put your hands into a prayer pose and you're going to raise them upwards. This works on your groin, your thigh, your chest and your shoulder. Once you've done 5 breaths, you need to repeat it on the other side. Then you're going to go back into the tabletop position for our next move. Then it's the cobra. For this position, we're going to start off with our body on the ground. So lay yourself on the ground. You're going to make sure your hands are below your shoulders. Then you're going to keep your lower ribs on the floor. You're going to draw your shoulders back, straighten your arms and lift your chest off the floor. This strengthens your back muscles and it tones your glutes. Once you've done this for 5 breaths, you're going to go back down onto the floor and back into the tabletop position. The bridge. Right guys, with the next position being the bridge, we're going to need to be lying down on our backs. With this position, you need to make sure your knees are both bent and put your feet on the floor. Then you're going to lift your hips up. You're going to push down with your arms and shoulders and to lift the chest up. This builds your core and your lower back strength. Once you've done this for 5 breaths, you're going to push yourself back down onto the floor and get back into the tabletop position. And the reclined spinal twist. For this, we're going to lie on the back. We're going to spread our arms into a T position. You're going to take your right knee and lift it up to your chest. You're going to rotate that knee onto the other side. You're going to gaze to the right. This position calms the nervous system down while rotating the spine. Once you've done this for 5 breaths, you need to repeat this on the other side. Then you're going to get back into the tabletop position. Now to finish, we're going to get into a position called the Bal Asana. Okay? This position, you take your glutes back to your ankles. You're going to try and touch the back of your feet with your hands, and you're going to place your head onto the mat. You can hold this position for as long as you want, as it's a very comfortable way to finish. With all these poses, it is of the utmost importance that you regulate your breathing. Each pose needs to be held for 5 deep breaths. Yoga is associated with boosting your concentration powers. Research done by Women's Fitness suggests that you can improve your performance in any field through yoga. This is done by focusing your mind on the exercises and clearing distraction, which in turn calms your senses. My weight training has improved through the use of yoga. So don't ask why you should be doing yoga. Ask yourself, why haven't you been doing yoga? Signing off, it's your friendly neighborhood Rhythm.